All right, guys, we want to show you some of the capabilities of our platform from an end user perspective. And this is going to be kind of a rapid fire demo here. We're first going to get started into a simple troubleshooting use case. So you can see the user said, my printer isn't working. And right away, within just a couple seconds, Sidekick was able to give them some simple troubleshooting steps that any end user would be capable of. The user decided that power cycling did the trick, and we're moving on. We're next going to go into our knowledge discovery, which is a little bit about how we integrate external knowledge to augment your internal company's knowledge. And we're going to say, how do we add a signature in Outlook? Again, within a couple seconds, we're going to tell the end user how they can add a signature in Outlook. You see down at the bottom in the source citations, this is where our trust comes in. So we're saying, hey, this is external knowledge, and we're going to provide a link to that knowledge so that the end user can click on it, either to get some additional context or so that they can verify the information they received is correct, really enhancing that trust layer. We're going to jump right into our smart ticketing. There's a lot that goes into this. So the end user is going to report an issue that they're having. The first thing that Sidekick's going to do is say, I don't really know what I'm having computer issues means. This doesn't really help me. I need some more information. So it's going to ask some questions to kind of gather that context. It's going to discover that, hey, this is actually a screen flickering issue. There's an issue with the monitor. It keeps shutting off. It's flickering. It started this morning. This wasn't happening before. All information that an actual agent would have to gather if someone came to that. All right, so right away, we're going to give some quick troubleshooting steps. We give 5 troubleshooting steps. Down at the bottom, we offer to guide the user through more details or specific of how to complete a specific troubleshooting steps. We also say, hey, if this is too much for you, we can involve a human in the loop too to help you out. And so we're saying we've already tried all these steps. Unfortunately, the screen's still flickering. Can you just create a ticket for us? And when we submit this, we're going to say, yeah, we're going to create a ticket. We need to gather a little more information. Can you tell me the make and model of your computer? Do you know the operating system? And have there been any recent changes to the computer? Now, all this is configurable based on your organization's knowledge or setup. So if you have a specific model of computer that you're using, everybody uses the same OS. The agent won't ask this type of information. So next, what you're going to see is a lot of intelligence. We're going to automatically route this to the IT service team. We know that this is an incident service type. We've created a ticket subject, and we've included all that information that we gathered throughout the conversation in the request description automatically. We've got a ticket number. This is using Resolve's ticketing platform, but again, we can integrate with systems like ServiceNow or any system that you may be using. Next, we're going to say, okay, you said you create a ticket, but I want to be sure. So we're going to go check the status of that ticket right from the bot. Hey, I want to check the status, please. Right away, you can see that the user is presented with a list of all their recent tickets. They can simply click on one. We're going to check out the one we just created and see all the information that was submitted for that. Okay, the status is submitted. We just did it. There's the subject that was intelligently assigned to it, and there's the description that we intelligently augmented with all the information. All right, so now we're going to show an example of a task automation. And this one's going to be an HR leave request. So my kitten died. I'm heartbroken. It was just this morning. Really what you're going to see in this response is a lot of empathy. I'm so sorry to hear about your loss of your kitten. This must be incredibly difficult for you. Losing a pet can be deeply emotional. Your feelings are valid, and it's important to take care of yourself. We're going to say, hey, this is deeply personal. We might want to connect an HR agent. So it offers that, but the user says, no, I just want to view my leave balance, please. So, okay, again, we offer more empathy. I'm sorry to hear about your loss, and I appreciate you letting me know. What kind of leave do you want to know about? I'm going to say, just show me all of my leave balances, please, so I can decide which one's best to use. Okay, well, you've got this amount with PTO, this amount of comp, and this is a real integration, pulling this information real time from an HRIS system. Now you're going to see the user is able to select the type of leave they want to apply for. They're going to select personal time off. Unfortunately, bereavement, sick leave doesn't qualify for a pet. We're going to select the start date, the end date. You can see that it's comprehensive enough to understand that we may want to exclude weekends from this so that we don't get docked for days we're already off. And then bam, the request is already submitted. The request of time off. It's that easy. You got a lot of empathy. You got the issue resolved, all automated right away. It's really cool example of an HR use case. Now we're going to do a password reset use case. So across the board, password resets are the #1 request for almost every organization. So dang it, I already forgot my password again. I forgot my password. I need to reset it. Sure, I'd be happy to help you reset your password. Who's this for? We're going to say this is for me. And we're going to say, are you sure it's for you? And we're going to say, yep, this is definitely for me. And then we're going to verify the user's identity. This is with an actual integration into Azure. We're pulling the end user's already configured authentication methods, the same ones that they would use if they were to use the Microsoft authentication flow through the password reset. So we've sent a text message. They've got a one-time PIN. They've entered that. And we're going to double verify just like you would if you were using the Microsoft flow and send one to the email. So we've got the PIN there. We're going to enter that. And okay, you've been authorized 2 different ways. We're sure this is you. On top of that, your credentials are cached, even though you forgot your password through Teams. So we're extra confident that this is you. And we're going to make sure that your password meets the organizational standards and submit that there. So success. Now we're going to get in a service request and get into a scenario where someone says, I want to request a new laptop. We're going to say, okay, we've got a service request category for this. We've got a hardware request. And we're going to say, who is this for? We're going to type our name. That's not my name, but imagine that it was. So, okay, this is a new hardware request. We're happy to help you with that. What kind of hardware do you want? And this is going to be based off a pre-configured service catalog, the types of hardware that can be delivered. We're going to select the one that we want. And because that one required approval, it's going to require a business justification, and we're going to allow for any additional comments too, so that the approver has some context on what to approve. So my old computer crashed. I need a new one to continue working. And continue. And all right, your request has been logged. Here's your ticket number. Do you want to upload any attachments, maybe a picture of your crashed computer? No, we don't in this instance. We're just going to go ahead and continue with the request. Now we're going to get into employee onboarding. This is a really powerful use case. It integrates with a lot of your systems, whether you need to assign certain security groups or generate an email address that follows a certain standard, maybe deploy certain softwares to a specific user. This is an instant return on investment. It saves a lot of time. Typically, what requires account provisioning, adding users to groups, and takes a lot of time with a bunch of different hands. We're going to handle, we can automatically create this user account, assign them to the groups, create their mailboxes, assign them any licenses, and do whatever else is within your onboarding process automatically in a matter of 2 minutes. So we went ahead and selected the department. Based on that department, there's a couple pre-configured personas. We're going to select staff manager. And based on the staff manager selection, we already know what kind of software they need configured. Now we're just going to select that they need a computer and a cell phone. We're going to continue. And we're going to add, is there any additional notes or comments? Is there a specific place this user is sitting? Anything that goes on there? We're going to say no comments. This is just a typical onboarding. We're going to give you a chance to review all of that information to make sure that there was no spelling errors, that all the hardware and software was selected. We've selected the proper location. Again, you get a ticket number. And now we're going to jump right into a job posting scenario. So imagine a scenario where you're frequently hiring across maybe a large enterprise, and you want to allow managers to create job postings. And job postings take a lot of time and consideration and thought. So we're going to provide a flow that allows a manager to easily post a position. We're going to select a marketing department. Again, just like the onboarding, you get presented with a list of personas. And we're actually just going to edit the current job posting here. We don't want to create a new one. We want to edit the current one. We don't have a lot to say about this, so we're not going to add any comments. If we had, we could put any modifications that we want, but we just want to give this a refresh, make sure everything's up to date. And so we're going to generate that posting. And then we can see the posting above, and we can also make changes below. So you can replace any placeholders, make any changes to verbiage that you don't like or want. So we're just going to say that this is for our Roswell location. It's in person. We're not doing work from home anymore. You got to come to the office at Roswell, and we're going to post the job. All right, all done. Do you want to do another one? Nope, not right now. We just want to do that one. We're just going to hire that person in our marketing department. And then we're back to the beginning. So now we're going to show live chat. We're a big believer with human in the loop. If someone wants to reach a person, they should be able to reach a person, whether that's in the middle of a conversation or from a menu that's configurable and up to you, right? So we're going to say this one's with a menu, chat with a person. It's going to automatically log a ticket with the history of the conversation. In this scenario, the live agent gets a full transcript of the conversation, so they already know that they're having password issues. And because of the password issues, the user can't access SharePoint. At least that's how they perceive it, right? Locked out of SharePoint. And so they're going to say, hey, can you help me with this? The agent on the other end is saying, yep, I can help you with this. Happy to do that. Let's get you set up. And this, again, this is all real-time interaction, configurable across different ITSMs. Of course, Resolve AI offers their own live chat recording. And so that's the end of the rapid-fire demo there. I know that we covered a lot shortly, but there's a lot to show. There's probably a whole lot more that we could have showed that we couldn't fit in there. But we do want to let you know that if you have any questions about the specific technologies or integrations, or you see something here that you find useful for your organization, we're going to cover a lot of that throughout the day. We may have already covered some of it, and then we're happy to have you for a demo too, to speak to you directly to see how we can support you.